Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Courtney. I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and indie romance author. And today I thought that we would flip through my March pages in my planner. Actually, I take that back. I think what we're going to do is flip through my Q1 pages from my personal ring planner, which is my main planning system. So how do I want to do this? It would be nice if I had thought this out for a minute. Let's just so I only keep a month of dailies in my planner, and then I swap them out every month. I had Crefective Paper customize their monthly booklet insert that they have for Traveler's Notebook. They customized it for me so that I could use it in my personal rings. So that's kind of what I use every month for my daily pages. So let's just flip through and we'll just go ahead and start with January, I think. So I was able to keep up my mood log for January. I did like a day sort of summarizing my mood for the day along with the color. And then I tracked my sleep and my anxiety and depression along the side. These inserts are from Sterling Ink. And then we'll go into my weeklies, I guess. I originally started the year in the week on 2-page inserts from Sterling Ink. I did not love them, so I found these old week on 2-page inserts from Filofax and redated them, and I have been using them. So I believe I back planned the first 2 weeks of January. There wasn't a lot going on anyway, but this is how they wound up looking for January. I'm getting a little bit more, you can kind of see the progression. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable using them. And so, like, going into February, I was really happy with my decision to swap out my weeklies and go back to these. And then in my daily pay, this is a blast from the past. I don't know if you've been around the planner community for a minute. You remember when Michaels had their recollection line of planners, and this was one of their ring planners, and I am just using it. I think this is what I am going to use to archive all of my pages. If it can hold the whole year, we shall see. So I ended up doing or getting the monthly journaling kit from Journaling Home. That's one of the reasons why I did not like this planner, is because it doesn't lay flat, but it is what it is. So I printed these out and love them. I always think blue in January is lovely. So you get these journaling prompts, and then I sort of did a little bit of journaling on my own, I believe, before I got those. And then I go into like my daily pages. So I was using this insert from the Planner Room Shop. as like a brain dump. And then it took me right into my gratitude log, which I was pretty good with for January. Then I have my monthly meal plan and my habit tracker. Also did pretty good for January. And then these are the freebies from Sleepy Notes Club. And so this is how my daily kind of planner pages looked for January. I'm kind of getting back into the groove of using them. I use these little pocket sheets for some stuff that I watched. And that's about it. I added this Manifest Monday, which I've really been enjoying doing. I started recording the temperature, I think. I did this, I think, for a couple weeks. So it's just like a running task list so that I wasn't having to write just like daily chores on my daily pages. But you can see sometimes I use them a lot, sometimes I didn't. I always think of January as like kind of a trial and error month with your planner system. And then we move into my weeklies for February, which I loved all the pink. I think February has been my favorite month in my planner so far just because I love pink. And then for whatever reason, I moved into green, which is the color I tend to use for March. Those are my weekly pages. And then once again for February, I moved into, or I'm sorry, I used the journaling kit from Journaling Home. And then I sort of made a little cover page for myself in Canva so I would know like where my dailies kind of started, my gratitude log. I did not do as well with my tracking this month, but use these freebies from Sleepy Notes Club. I really think these are so cute. And then we move right into my day on one page again. I really liked using the like different shades of pink ink in here and my pink Tombos and mild liners. I started adding stickers to my daily pages here and there. Like tipping in little lists, so that was fine. And then, yeah, I think I used like Hello Kitty stickers this week, and that was cute. And then these are like my journaling pages. I don't know how well I did with journaling this month. I'm going to flip through kind of quickly because I don't know like what I have in here that I wrote. And then like I had decorated these pages, but I did not end up journaling on them. So that is February. And now we are up to March, and I really need to like swap out my dailies and all of that. It's time to switch out my goal inserts. So this is what my March ended up looking like on my monthly. It is currently Sunday, so I wanted to go ahead and film this so that I could like move the stuff out that I need to move out. But I did not have the extra space on the bottom to track my sleep, but I have been tracking my depression and anxiety on the side. And then my weekly pages ended up looking like this. I was feeling, I don't know, well, they had a sale on Filofax, so I ended up buying these pink inserts and using those. So I used them, I double planned this week to see if I like them, and then I ended up planning this week in here. I'm not super sure how I feel about them still, and then this is like the upcoming week. We have spring break this week, so there really is like nothing on the schedule. So those are my weekly pages. We can look at my goal pages for Q1. So these are kind of my areas of life. I have done some work kind of redefining them for Q2, so that'll be like a separate video, but that's what I used. These were my weekly reflection questions. I just added these, so not all in there. And then I did not really get into the habit of doing a weekly review until mid-January, and even then I wasn't super diligent about it. And so these are my goals for the year in each section, and then I have them listed for Q1, and then January, February, and March. So some of these I accomplished, some of them not too great, but I'm going to talk about like goals and goal setting in a separate video, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. And then it took me a minute to sort of like get into the swing of it. These inserts are from Kina Prince. So for a while I kind of made a little progress bar on the bottom and tracked that way as well. Then I sort of abandoned that because it just became too much to keep up with. So this is kind of going through March. And March was a struggle in a lot of ways. And then I think this is the last week. So I've been working on going through and kind of figuring out which of my goals I accomplished, what I need to move forward into Q2, all of that stuff. And then we get into my daily pages. So this is just, what is this called? Acetate from Joann's. I made this in Canva. This is just my gratitude log. It's been sporadic this month as well. My meal plan, habit tracker is kind of iffy this month. And then I added my content to here. And this is the freebie from Sleepy Notes Club again. And then we get into my daily pages. So you can see like they're really full. This month, I did like the green though. It's very kind of peaceful looking. This was a week, I tell ya. The weekends, I don't tend to have a ton of stuff on my daily pages. I don't really use my planner on Saturdays or Sundays. And then I think this was the last week, so it's currently Sunday. So I ended up this month moving my journaling and my memory keeping into a ring planner. And I think that I'm enjoying it. So I'm using this week on 2-page printable from, I think this is from the List Lab, to just jot like a quick note about the day, sort of like a daily capture, which has been kind of great. And then I did my memory keeping on a vertical week on 2-page, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but I am kind of pleased with the way that it's turning out. I'm not worrying about messing up a page. I'm not worrying about getting things out of whatever order I want them in, like a bound book. So this is this week. It was my son's birthday week, so I added this extra page so that I could do photos from the day, and I like how it's turning out. And then that's all of March. I might use my Sterling ink inserts for memory keeping. I have not really decided. And then this was my journaling for the month. I know that I do have like some kind of personal stuff in here, so I'm not going to flip it all the way open. But it ended up being about this much of journaling. And so I think what I'm going to do is take these pages out and put them in, like archive them with my other pages, and then I'm going to start journaling on my cut down Stology for the rest of the year. Like, this was just kind of random paper that I had and I wanted to use up, so I did. So, and then I'm also going to do like any sort of like book tracking or logging in here as well, and just kind of fill it up with whatever. But I am enjoying the way that this is turning out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and archive all of my definitely all of my goals pages and my daily pages in here. And then I redid this, so I'm just going to take like all of this out. So let's take, I'm going, I think I'm gonna leave, no, actually I think I'm gonna take it all out and then just put the last 2 days in March in my April pages. Let me take this out. Okay, let's move this out, and going to move this in here. I also think that I am going to take out my weeklies as well and just keep those like by the quarter in my planner because it's getting kind of chunky. I want to put these, so we're gonna put, oh, I already had it open. I did not know that I did that. Oh my gosh, I do not like this binder. I may end up buying a different one because this is annoying. Do I have something? I can weight this down with. Yes. Okay. And then I also want to stick my goal pages in here. And then either as the year goes on, if it's getting too like chunky, or at the end of the year, I can decide like exactly what I want to keep in the archive and what I don't mind getting rid of. Okay, now I have made a mess of this. Okay. There we go. Did I get them all? Ah! And of course that's not slit, and I don't know where my scissors are. All right, that's gonna have to wait a minute. Is this getting chunky already? No, that's fine. Okay, now I'm gonna add my stuff for April. Okay, I need to punch these. Of course, I cut it kind of crooked, but it's fine. So this is a Peanuts Planner Co. insert that I need to redo my goals in. And then I think, oh, I have some daily pages in here. I think I have enough for the quarter of these, but if not, then I have some more printed. I have no idea what that was, if you heard it. I think my son just dropped something, and so did I. So I really said one of the reasons I wanted to move into personal was so that I could buy like already printed and cut inserts. Yet here I am printing and cutting and punching inserts. Okay, let me put this, well, let me get them all punched and then I can put them in and it won't be. So this is like what the monthly book looks like. I don't really use this page. I usually take it out, but I need to know where to print it. And then I use this as like my line a day. And then this is my monthly meal plan, my habit tracker. And then I can do my like content plan on here and here. So yeah, let me punch these. I can't decide if I want to round the pages or not. I had some dailies punched from when I was using them for journaling, which I'm not doing because I cut down the stology, but I am going to punch some more of these. Oh, I may have put too many in here. There. Oh, these are upside down. Let's see. That's the other thing. You want to make sure that they're going in the right direction. Which I may not have done on these, did I? I did not. See what I mean with printables? Dang it, Courtney. Okay. Wait, did I do these right? Yeah. Oh, I know what I did on that. Okay, so we have those. And then let me do the last little bit. And I think that I want to print out these, maybe too much. I usually like make a little like cover sheet in Canva, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to print a photo and use that instead. So let me get these in here. So these are my weeklies. Going to move those in here. And then this is where my goals section goes. So I'm going to put this back in and these. And then I'll flip to here, and then my dailies go in here. But let me find my I'm going to use these for the rest of March. So I want those to hang back a little. And then, okay, let me get my printer. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay, I've been, I think I want to add photos as like a little divider thing for the month instead of making something in Canva. So I just printed these out with my Canon selfie, and I'm just cutting the top down to where I need it to be. I'm not sure about the sides, but we'll see. And then I'm just gonna like run them through the laminator really quick. And add them back in. Okay, I think my laminator is heating up. I turned it off. Okay, so we have that. Where are my little okay, I also have my Sleepy Notes Club freebie that I need to cut. I thought that I had cut them all, but I think I printed, well, I did. I printed them all at the beginning of the year, but I did not cut them. So there's that one. I do think that this is one of the ones that, like, if you cut it, you can't quite see the line. So I just will do that. And then this will be ready to go. Okay, I need to punch this one as well. We'll throw this stuff away and move that. Okay, let me make sure that I'm punching this on the right side. And then I need to cut this down. Yeah, before I move this stuff out. Let me move this. And then C. Make it the same size as this. So if I cut this, it may need Okay, and then I'll just punch this. Get cleaned up. Okay, and then we can put this back in, and then we'll do this here, which I think is super cute. Then, yeah, I can take this out and just put this in. And I think we're all good to go. I want to put in, let's do this for, when does the month start? Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I can move these. Do I have scissors? I do. When the month is over, there we go for that. I think I am going to use, should I use pink or yellow for my tombow? Let's see. So I have this sort of yellow, this sort of pink. I guess I could use both. But then for my multi-pin, I was going to use this, which has that pink, which is a little bit, I didn't know it was that pink, but it also has a yellow and like this brownish color. I don't know, maybe I'll alternate between the two. But I'm going to take out my fountain pen for now so that I have that in there. And I'll just leave these two out. I'm going to use these for this. I guess I could fill this in with, it starts on Thursday and there's only 30 days in April, correct? Oh no, wait a minute, it starts on Wednesday. Okay, glad I double checked. It starts on Wednesday. So let me go ahead. I think I'll just use this because it's dark. Let me make sure that it's still. What is wrong with the ink? Okay, so I said it starts on Wednesday. Okay, so that is April. Moved into here, I have to redo my goals. I need to redo my goals for the year, or my goals for the quarter, which is a separate video. I have my weekly action step inserts in here. I don't know if I'm going to keep the pink weeklies, if I'm being perfectly honest. I may switch to the white ones that I have. And I think that's all. Do I want to go ahead and put in my monthly? I can do my journaling, switch out. No, I'll just wait. Okay, so I'm all set up for the month and my personal rings. I'm going to move this journaling into my archive for March so that I will be all set up for April. And that's it. That's really how I kind of get myself organized for the month. It is Sunday, so I am going to go ahead and set up my meal plan for the month so that I can put my grocery order in for tomorrow. And I need to reference my content calendar and get that stuff in here as well. But that is all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to click the subscribe button down below, turn on your notifications. Thank you so much for spending part of your day hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.